Ravens, cats, and dachshunds are just cheating. They're cheating. I am ranking Hugo nominations today. Yay! Yay! Very exciting. Hugo nomination or Hugo Award is actually coming out. So, which ones of these have you not read yet? Will you promise to at least read the winner? I promise to read the winner. I probably already have read the winner, I'll be honest. But I promise if I haven't read the winner, there's only one of these I DNF'd. But if it wins, I will read it. I will read the whole thing. And I will tell you all about it. And you can watch me torture myself. And that will make you happy, right? I don't know what will make you people happy. In the meantime, if you appreciate this sort of content, if you want to talk about books, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you're hoping will win. I know you have some opinions. I know you think some of my opinions are bad and wrong. So by all means, let me know which of my opinions are bad and wrong. I cannot wait to hear. Okay. You see the Hugo nominations somewhere here. I'm seeing them right here. So if I'm staring in this direction and looking lost, that's what I'm looking at. Because I'm looking at the window you are currently seeing somewhere. It'll be there. Maybe. We'll see. You may be looking at this blind. We may both be looking at this blind. We're doing fine. I am tier ranking the Hugo nominations by how happy I would be if they won. Starting from the top, we have happy. I would be happy if this book won the Hugo award. Second tier is perfectly content. I'm fine with it. It's fine. Third is slightly confused. And the fourth is maybe I should have finished that. That honestly, that's just here for the Everlasting. I DNF'd the Everlasting. If it wins, I may have to force myself to go through it, but you know, I didn't make it through the first time. It's not a bad book. I don't think The Everlasting is a bad book. It's just a little heavy on the romance for me personally. Not my jam. I do want to say that I don't think any of these books are bad. None of these books are bad. These are all good books. I think you should read all of these books. So if I put something in perfectly content instead of happy, that does not mean it's a bad book. That means it's a really good book that you should really read. I'm just, kind of pulling for something else. That's all I'm saying. You can absolutely roast me in the comments. This should be coming out the Friday before the Hugo Awards are announced. I believe they're being announced on Sunday. So this should be up for about 2 days, so we can all make some bets on how happy I'll be. And when Sunday comes around, you can roast me in the comments, make fun of me. It's like, oh, are you confused? Are you confused? Yeah, you can do that. It's fine. I don't care. I'm fine with it. I'm fine. All of these are good books. Only one of these, I have read all of them other than The Everlasting. The Everlasting I DNF'd. I have read all of the others. I have not actually spoken about The Raven Scholar on my channel. And I'm realizing I probably should. I will make a video for it though. The rest of these, I will put some links in the down below so you can go and see like the full what I had to say about them. If they have their own videos, I will put them down there. I think Shroud is the only one that has its own video. The rest are in wrap-ups. That said, these are all great books. Read all of these books. I'm just this is just my own personal headcanon. This is the reality I choose to live in today. You can live in whichever reality makes you happiest. First book is A Drop of Corruption. This is book 2 of Anna and Den Mysteries. I am honestly not sure if this is one series or if this is an ongoing mystery series. I don't know. I think we're still kind of figuring that one out. The first book was book one of a series, and the second book was an Anna and Den mystery. So I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure if this is sort of an ongoing Sherlock-esque, you don't actually have to read them in order sort of thing, or if this is an actual series that you should read in order. I'm actually going to put this in Perfectly Content. It was a good, it was a good, it was a good book. It was a good book. But I have said this at the time, I actually preferred book one. And I think this is one of those alien movies things where if you prefer horror, you'll probably prefer book one. And if you prefer mystery and or action, you will probably prefer book two. That doesn't mean either one of them is bad. They're both good books. We are in the Anna and Den circle of love. But personally, for me, the atmosphere, the sort of creepy annihilation-esque world we're living in, the kind of slower pace that was going on in the first book worked more for me just because I'm a horror fan. The second book is absolutely more twisty. It's got probably a better mystery in it. It's got a lot more action in it. There's a lot more stuff going on. And if you prefer that, you will prefer the second book. Personally, I preferred the first, which is why I'm in Perfectly Content. I think this is a good book. I think if it wins, it deserved it. Just wasn't my favorite. Just wasn't my favorite in this series. Let's move this down a little because now it's all messed up. I'm going to have to keep playing with it because it's very difficult to get all of this on one screen, especially since these are made for squares and these are not square images. It's kind of a problem for me. Anyway, we're going with Death of the Author, and I have to put that in Slightly Confused. Slightly Confused. I did not think this was a bad book. I'm just not sure that I would give it a Hugo. Here's the thing. I am not confused that it is up for an award. I am confused that it is up for a Hugo specifically. It does not feel like sci-fi to me. It doesn't feel like, this feels like contemporary literary fiction. And in the world of contemporary literary fiction, I thought it was a great book. I'm just not sure it's sci-fi. Even though I understand that technically, yes, it is a sci-fi, I think this should be up for an award. I'm just not sure it should be a Hugo. I don't know whether the award is good. I don't know the contemporary literary fiction awards. Honestly, I don't keep track of them because this is not a genre I read. So if you know what is at the Booker Prize, although I kind of feel like I don't know. I don't think this book is nearly pretentious enough to end up with a Booker Prize. I don't know. You guys are going to have to tell me, but it just didn't feel like sci-fi to me. And as much as I liked the book, I'm a little confused. I feel like there should be a place for books like this that are not really sci-fi, but are still really good books. I feel like they sort of, if it hints of the genre junk pile, it gets lumped in with the genre junk pile. And nobody outside of the genre junk pile notices that it exists. I think a lot more people should notice that Death of the Author exists. They just don't because somebody slapped a sci-fi label on it, even though I'm not sure it is. So this is my slight confusion about Death of the Author. Sorry. Raven Scholar. This is the book I have not spoken of. I will make a longer video about Raven Scholar, but what you should know right now is that it is fantasy. It has a very, very autistic main character. I don't know if she's meant to be autistic canonically. I don't know that Antonia Hodgson wrote her to be autistic. I'm just saying she is. This can cause a lot of people to dislike her. If you have problems, if you think autistic people can be weird, immature, slightly dumb on occasion, and that annoys you, one, I'm not sure why you're watching me, and two, you may not like The Raven Scholar. Personally, I loved it. I loved The Raven Scholar. And I can't tell you everything I loved about The Raven Scholar without getting into some spoilers, but just knowing who the narrator is. And you won't know immediately. I don't think it's technically supposed to be a reveal. I don't think who is narrating this book is supposed to be a reveal, but it does kind of happen very gradually that you start to notice that the narrator is becoming more and more unhinged. And when you realize who is narrating this book, it's just like, I just want to cry. I want to cry. I love this book so much. I love this book so much. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much into it. I will do a whole video on the Raven Scholar. Just be aware that the main character is very autistic, and some people do not like her at all. So you're gonna have to, if you think I'm okay, you'll probably think the main character is okay. If you think I'm a little weird, I'm not sure you're getting on with the main character here. That's all I'm saying. But Raven Scholar, I thought was fantastic. I thought it was grand. Emily Tesh. I'm putting that in Perfectly Content. I thought The Incandescent was a good book. I thought it was a fun book. I really like how it deals with demons. It really appeals to me how it deals with demons. I really liked the sort of sapphic romance that you had going on here, although I believe the character is actually technically bi, but the only actual romance happening in this book was sapphic. I loved the demons. I loved both of the demons, both of the big scary demons. I also, I really liked the imps. The imps were probably my favorite. I like imps, especially imps that go on strike. Yes, I have talked about this book before. It is a very fun book. It is a very fun. I don't want to call it fluff. I don't think it's fluff. It's not like it's not slop or anything. It's not complicated. It's not, hard to read. It doesn't bring up a lot of very interesting questions or anything. It's just a really fun book. I had a lot of fun reading it. And the last one is, of course, Shroud, which it was the last one I read because I could not get Shroud. It took so long to get Shroud, you guys. I don't know. It's been a whole thing since my channel has existed. There has been me and Shroud not meeting. But I did finally manage to get it, which is why I'm doing this video now. I really liked Shroud. I really liked Shroud. I thought Shroud was fantastic. Do I want it to win more than The Raven Scholar? You guys, Shroud is so good. It is so good. It is very interesting. It has so many interesting things happening. There's a lot of world building and a lot of thought and a lot of almost philosophy. It's one of those sci-fis. You know what I mean? It's one of those sci-fis that asks you for a little bit of work. It wants you to come with it. You have to give it a little bit. And if you don't give it a little bit, you probably won't get much out of it. Raven Scholar doesn't ask as much of you. Does not ask as much of you. And I do love me some sci-fi that asks a lot of you. I loved the alien in Shroud. I loved the way he did the POV of the alien in Shroud. I liked Shroud. But Raven, like, hear me out. Hear me out. Shroud, great book. Hear me out. Raven. It's like asking me to vote against a cat, you guys. I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure I can. The Raven has to win. And I'm very sorry if that's weird. But that's kind of how I feel about it. And that's where we are. This is my ranking of the Hugo nominations. If I had to put them in order, boy, it might go like that. If I had to put them in order, it might go like that. This I didn't read, and Dorothy the author, if I was considering something other than sci-fi or fantasy, it might be contentious about where it goes, but for specifically sci-fi and fantasy, this does not feel. It's like sci-fi to me, so I can't, both of these I don't feel like I can actually put in the ranking. But if I had to rank these, it would probably go like this. Yeah, that means Drop of Corruption was probably my least favorite of these four. I don't have anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with Drop of Corruption, you guys. I'm not a mystery reader. And these other three books I just thought were more fun for me. I preferred the first book in the Drop of Corruption series. That said, he does have a third book coming out soon. So maybe that one will recapture my heart. But I did prefer the first book. So I guess this would actually be my ranking. I think Raven Scholar just has to go first because Raven. What do I do? What do I do? I can't vote against the Raven, you guys. I can't. The Raven is magnificent. And those are my picks for the Hugo nominations. If I've made you angry, please leave a comment. If I've made you incandescently happy, you see what I did there? You can also leave a comment. Let me know which of these you've read. If you had to put them in a ranking, what kind of ranking would you put them in? Which of these are on your TBRs? Do you have these on your TBR yet? Some of these all came back out last year, so there is still time to read them. You have 2 days from the time this video comes out. 2 days to read like 6 books. No problem. No problem. Surely you don't have a job or a life or need to sleep or eat or do anything other than read. Surely you can finish all of these books in 2 days. I believe in you. I have faith. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.